Good morning, grade 11s. Today we're going to look at what ethics means. So what is ethics? Ethics is about the moral values, about what is right or what is wrong. It's about acting in a way that is consistent with what society and individuals think are good values. Ethical behavior is expected from every single employee in a business. It means that the highest legal and moral standards are upheld when dealing with stakeholders. So, an unethical behavior would be to charge very high prices for things, and your customers would then have to pay for it. So, ethics is really about doing the right thing, what is right and what is wrong. We're now going to move on to what is the difference between professionalism and ethics. And remember, when you're comparing things, you need to compare the same thing between two different concepts. So if we look at professionalism, it refers to what is right or wrong or acceptable in a business or in a profession, whereas ethics refers to what is right or wrong or acceptable in a society, all right? So the one is within a business and the other one is within the whole of society. Professionalism is about a set of standards of expected behavior, how you behave. Do you arrive at work on time? Are you dressed professionally? Do you speak respectfully to everyone? Whereas ethics refers to a set of values that are morally acceptable. Is it right to steal? Is it right to take something just because you need it or you want it? Professionalism is about applying this code of conduct, whereas ethics forms part of a code of conduct. In other words, a code of ethics about having high morals needs to be in place so that you can then draw up your code of conduct. We're now going to look at the theories of ethics. These three are really important because they are stipulated in the examination guidelines. So the first one is the consequential theory. Now, the consequential theory is like the Robin Hood theory, okay? Because the outcome, Robin Hood stole from the rich to give to the poor. The outcome of what he was doing was to help those in need. Because of that, it's seen as ethically acceptable. Okay, so the consequential theory tries to answer the ethical question about right or wrong and how we get to this answer. The consequential theory determines whether to do something or not based on the expected result. So Robin Hood stealing is wrong, but because he helped so many poor people, it's seen as okay and it's seen as acceptable. If the expected result is good, then it's ethically the right thing to do. If it's bad, then it's wrong. Okay, so just remember Robin Hood when you're thinking of the consequential theory. We then move on to the common good approach. So I see in my PowerPoint, I've written it the wrong way. So it's the common good approach. It ensures that business values and ethical principles are in line with the society in which the business operates. Okay? So it recognizes that ethics and values vary from country to country or from area to area. So it's really about where you are operating, what is the common good in that area. Right. Then we move on to the rights approach. The focus is on individual rights, where people are treated with respect and dignity. So in other words, no person should be ill treated. Business does not impose its mission or products on people, right? So it's very important that individual rights are upheld here. I've got a couple of other theories that I really think are interesting. And this is one called the deontological theory. If an action is consistent and acceptable to the general population, even if it has a bad effect on someone, then it is the right thing to do. Okay, so as long as the general population, more people benefit from this action, then it's acceptable, right? So an example would be an aeroplane is going to fall out of the sky because there are too many people in the aeroplane. However, if you push two people out of that aeroplane, all 98 would survive. So you've sacrificed those two lives because it's for the greater good of the general population. That's a really long story, but I thought it might help you understand that. The objectivity theory, moral values can be seen separately from personal feelings, okay? So you take your moral values and you separate them from how you feel about something. And then the relative theory is it's right or it's wrong depending on society's norms or the cultural norms. So in some societies, it's believed that the death penalty is acceptable, and in others, it isn't. Right. So the last thing we're going to chat about is the four principles of ethics. And you might see in some of your textbooks the names Buchman and Childress. So they actually wrote a book on ethics, especially in the medical field. And their four principles are as follows. Right, I'm going to have to move this quickly. Here we go. So it's respect for those who are in charge, right? Avoiding causing harm to anyone through your products or by damaging the environment. It's about finding the benefit. It's about balancing profits, risks, and costs. It's also about looking at what the law says, okay? So is it just? What does the law say about this? And I'm going to finish off here as we've now discussed quite a bit about ethics.